Welcome back. We're doing our final run. That will give us our 5 cargo boxes. It will give us our electromagnetism permit, and then we'll go from there. So let's get this underway. Again, we want to go to Solar 2, not Solar 1. Boost. Again, I'm going to head for that dock exchange up there. What I'm doing is I'm going around that within 10 to 20 kilometers, making a circle around it. That's where I'm finding the majority of my ore. It's keeping me oriented, and I know what areas that I've covered because this does not break into a grid section. You'll notice in the top left it'll say press tab and click on the knowledge section. You can hit the K for kilo key. However, sometimes because it's looking for specific key punches, it will not recognize that. So when we're ready to do this, we're going to follow those directions specifically. Do not get down into these clouds. They will blind you and you will run into the mountain. There we go. I found that out the hard way. So now we're looking for 100 units of iron and 100 units of copper. There's our first hits. Left mouse click, if I did not mention it, operates your laser. Or you can press your number 2 key. Here is a problem. You'll notice that it's developed under the ground. You can still get to it because it's seeing it. I've actually found iron floating 100 meters in the air. So just be aware that, at times this game still has glitches like any other game when you're having to use a multi-leveled foundation. Sometimes it doesn't code right and they're just below or above the designated point. Normally with these games you lay down a foundation grid for your terrain, and then you tell in the programming you tell it to materialize the objects a certain amount of distance above that perimeter. However, in some cases the gradients can be so varied that the game doesn't compensate properly for it, and so you have stuff floating in the air, stuff buried in the ground. But normally if you can see the name of it and locate its area, you will be able to access it. I could have swore there were some more around here. There they are. Again, you see I'm about 10 to 11 clicks out, just going around the mountain. Watch your heat. So you see here, we have 50 units of ore, 90 units of copper. We want to get, and we're dealing with 400 cargo space now. So we can easily stack 200 and 200 and be good to go. Remember, we have not sold that quartz. Very important, do not sell that quartz, because the game is not respawning it, and you will need it later, and then it will not be there. Excuse me. You'll notice on the Cuptic stone, I'm getting 1 ore per shot. Okay, now with the brassy outcrops, I've sometimes gotten up to 3, depending on how large the outcrop is. See, that's 2. Four. That's 5. Well, when I was only getting 2 and 3 out of these others. So keep an eye for that brassy outcrops. It will overheat your laser faster, so keep an eye on that. Now, there's my mountain. That's 5 clicks away. So we need to go up and over. More copper. We've got 165 copper. We can carry up to 200. So we're good to go. Was out of range. There we go. We're at 204 copper. We got 200 copper ore, 4 copper nuggets. Everything else we need to finish filling up is iron ore. So oh, come on. That's what I hate about that. There's the cloud cover. I'm 10 kilometers away. We're good to go. Remember, we're only looking for iron now. I'm going to have to figure some way to get this a little more sensitive on the mouse. I am listed as a 100% disabled veteran of foreign wars. I have nerve damage at the brainstem, so I cannot play games normally. I am currently using voice attack for some more complex macros, and a Tartarus touchpad to help me with the quick keystrokes. And that's what happens when my hand jumps. There we go. Almost caused me to run into the mountain. Now here, you'll notice we got ferric stone. And I'm not seeing any of the larger nodes. So we can just collect willy-nilly. This should fill us up. But you see we've got 4, 8, 12 here, and I've never found more than 2 or 3 on Solar 1 in any given point.